Alan, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare is another one of those let's take a classic fairy tale and do a horror version of it.
Yeah, this is from the creators of Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah, and they I don't know why I'm frozen on screen, but you can hear me. So it's from those makers. It's and by the way, they've extended the run.
Oh, okay.
They've extended the run of this film. So it was only playing 3 days this week. You and I both saw it. I saw your review on Film Thread. Got a very good review.
Yeah, I got
Alan,
a good review.
What did you think?
What did I think? Okay, Chris just disappeared. But Peter Pan, Blood and Honey. Okay, so Peter Pan, Neverland Nightmare. I'll put it this way. I like this a whole lot better than Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they took the story of Peter Pan, the things we've thought about Peter Pan, and turned it into a horror film. For example, of course, Peter Pan is a pedophile. Of course, he's going to kidnap children. And of course, Neverland is going to be it's going to be basically heaven. Sorry to spoil that for you, but yeah. And so, this is what I liked about Peter Pan, Neverland Nightmare compared to Pooh, Blood and Honey. Okay. Chris is going to be. It's going to be a few minutes before Chris comes back, but we'll just continue on here. So I think what works with this is the fact that they were able to take the lore of Peter Pan and turn it into a full-fledged horror film with a fully developed story and lore behind it versus Pooh, Blood, Honey, which was just basically a cute character going out and slashing and killing people. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of horror films. We all know that. There is a lot of gore. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of dismemberment in this one. But at the heart of it, there still is a story of a sister who needs to rescue her brother. And I think that's to me, the appeal of this and why it sets itself above what you would think of as these kind of, I'll call it public domain slasher films, which is what Peter Pan is. And so, it's, the reason I mentioned that I'm not the biggest fan behind horror films is this moment right now, because it's like I'll watch it and I don't think I see things. I don't think I see horror films the way horror fans do, but I can tell you it's very tense. I appreciate the story. I will say the only thing negative about it is it mirrors Black Phone just a little too much. So it just, there were just times where I'm like, okay, I've seen Black Phone, I've seen this. But what they do with the horror, what they do with the gore, the things they do to little boys in this thing, in terms of killing them, I'll just say that. And their take on Tinkerbell is just off the chain weird. And so I would definitely recommend Peter Pan Neverland from my viewpoint. So with that, sorry, I'm just stalling for time until Chris gets back. Let's see. Yeah. So I don't know how much you heard, but.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. I know you like this movie. I was shocked. I liked Pooh, Blood and Honey. It was funny. It had a sense of humor. It felt like it was enough of Winnie the Pooh that I got the Pooh stuff, but it was also its own thing, a horror movie that has sense of humor, that they would establish characters before they got killed so you cared about him. This is the worst of all of these.
Really?
I sat with an audience that basically was completely checked out, did not care. I also didn't. I thought it was there's usually a morality, right? And also the fact that it dealt with like at least a base of morality. You're going to kill people, lots of people who deserve it. But there were people that you didn't establish them enough to get that you cared about them. So when they died, you cared. This is awful. It's a 0 out of 10 for me.
Oh, wow.
And I'm super disappointed. Not only that, it was cruel. There's children being killed. It had Black Phone vibes. The Black Phone, which I really liked that movie. This was creepy. It wasn't funny. Tinkerbell is an old trans person that gets like dismembered. It's not funny. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey was funny. No, this is not clever.
Okay.
And the guy who played Peter Pan is doing a Heath Ledger Joker like imitation. It was bad. This is awful. I know they're extending the run, and look, it's an indie movie and we support indie film. Hey, I support good indie films, but look, this was an abomination. And they've got more of these planned.
Mm-hmm.
The writing was terrible. The guy who played Peter Pan, this old man capturing young boys, torturing them, and then look, this is not good. And I was really disappointed. I was grossed out, and it's not clever. So yeah, normally I like this kind of thing. Did not like it at all. So yeah,
Wow,
for me.
That's surprising. I didn't think, because you and I are complete opposites when it comes to Pooh, Blood, and Honey in this one. Then I would not. Pooh, Blood, and Honey was just a cute character murdering people. This one, again, I liked it because it took the lore of Peter Pan, it took it to its horrible extremes. I like the fact that there was a story behind it. I like the fact that that in terms of a parody of Peter Pan, I think it hit it head on. So yeah, I'm very surprised by your take on this.
Well, I give it a 0 out of 10. What about you, Alan?
I believe I gave it a 6, 5 or 6. Yeah, that's why I don't review horror films, because I come at it from a very different standpoint. And when we get to Wolfman, I'm.
We're gonna get to Wolfman. We'll get to Wolfman.
Yeah.